In one of my streams I played with every single tank what this random tank picker picked for me, everything from tier 1 to tier 10, and one of the tanks was ARL V39. Honestly, I didn't remember much about this vehicle, but as soon as this was picked, the chat went into quite a lol mode saying this is 10 out of 10 tank, 11 out of 10 tank, you know, at least they are having fun. I didn't remember much about this vehicle, so I simply was setting it up until there was the guy called VS Flat who said, Des, you have to play this tank with the most pay to win gun in the game. Dude, I have no idea about this tank. What is the pay to win gun? This? I was like, what can be so pay to win about this tank, right? You know, we have 183 that deals 1750 damage with its premium rounds, but then I saw this gun, ladies and gentlemen, and look at this. It doesn't only give you extra penetration with its premium round, but also extra alpha damage. And because it is APCR round, it also gives you a lot more shell velocity as well, which means, you know, you're able to hit your shots easier, like absolutely mind blown, right? So I was setting this vehicle up, I went into battle with this base to win gun, of course, and I simply kept slapping until we ran out of enemies, which sadly happened very quickly in this fight. Legit. But after this battle, I started asking questions from the chat like, do we have more tanks like this? Do we have more guns like this in the game? For example, I know we have SU-100Y, which gives you more alpha damage with its secondary round, but over there you lose penetration actually. Wow. But then I found out that his same gun is actually used on AMX as well, on the tier 7 AMX heavy tank, which was just buffed, ladies and gentlemen. So today I decided to check it out, and oh boy, I was legit amazed. I had so many good games with this. I had multiple top guns even with this gun. So here they are comparing it to the top gun. So this is not the top gun on AMX, but it has more DPM and more alpha damage. It has less penetration with its premium round than the top gun's premium round, but it does not matter. And here you can see the comparison between those two ammunition types used on this 105mm gun. You have extra penetration, you have extra alpha damage, which equals actually 2700 DPM, so almost 250 extra DPM. Now it is time to set up the ammunition loadout correctly, and here is my loadout. This tank cannot carry stabilizer, but the stabilization was on the borderline being okay to use without even the improved rotation mechanism, so I went with the turbo rammer and also improved aiming with the rammer directive food, just, you know, to get as much done as possible, right? And I was having fun, guys. This battle right over here was legit my first battle ever I played with this tank and with this gun, and it was a tier 6 game, so a very lucky matchmaking. I was actually getting very lucky with the matchmaking. Maybe this is the gun, you know, I don't have the top gun, and I was getting quite lucky with the matchmaking. I had a lot of tier 6 battles, and you better watch this battle to the end, because I got absolutely nasty snapshot at the end of the battle for my final kill. So here we are in a tier 6 game, so tier 7s, tier 6s, this vehicle feels very comfortable in this type of matchmaking, and we can see that enemy team is very aggressive, which is a position where I like to be in actually, you know, because I have quite a nice DPM for this matchmaking, while getting punished by KV2's AP round into the side. That was kind of unexpected, but you know, it is what it is. At least we were able to take out the IS-2, and after that I was able to push forward to start farming that Black Prince and also this KV2 up over there. We know that Passato is actually sniping at us with the heat rounds, but if I'm able to angle my upper plate just like I'm able to do over here, that guy should not be able to penetrate me that easily. Of course, Commander Hatch is still a penetration, and same goes to the KV2 actually, who should not be able to penetrate me anymore under angle like that, because the first penetration what came in went into the side, you know, into the side tracks. Boom! Final millisecond frag over there into the Passato. We have just tanks coming in, you know, this is the dream situation to be in a good DPM tank in this type of matchmaking. Enemy heavy tanks that you are able to penetrate quite easily are coming in, are pushing towards you. Basically, damage is coming at you while they are not able to do anything against you. This is, you know, feels kinda dirty, but this is what you get when you are top tier. This is the luxury of the +/-2 matchmaking, and this is the weakness of this tank as well, of course. course, because I've had a couple tier 9 battles, a couple tier 8 battles. Those battles are way tougher for sure, because you actually have to aim at many of their weak spots. So on many tanks, it is not going to be that automatic penetration as in this one. But in tier 7 and in tier 6 battles, you can see tanks like this heavy tank number 6 or Tiger 1 or M6. Those guys are simply beautiful food for you. And we are going to push this guy. Boom, another shot goes in. A bit afraid of the Scorpion in the bushes, thinking maybe that guy is going to peek again, so going to take a blind shot. Maybe, no, blind shot did not connect. But honestly, in this type of matchmaking, this tank made me feel like, you know, the AMX M4 54 in tier 10, which was buffed as well and is one of the best tanks, deck 3 tanks right now to pick up, especially if you know a thing or two how to play this game. Boom, frag number 5 over here, just like that. We are completely dominating this flank, and look at this final, ladies and gentlemen, look at this final snapshot. T50-2 is on the move, full speed. I am on the move, full speed, and across the bloody map. 300, almost 400, actually, I think that was 400 while I took the shot. 400 meters away across the map, snipe, and kill number 6. This was legit my first battle ever, as I'm going to show you a little proof as well with this gun on this account. Now, even though this tank was buffed, but it is still AMX M4, you know, in tier 7, which can be penetrated by higher tier vehicles quite easily. As you can see over here, like versus me versus a tier 8 heavy tank IS-2, who was IS-2 too, who was able to penetrate my upper plate, my angle upper plate even cleanly with the standard round. But, you know, I'm not stopping there. I'm not stopping over here. I'm not done with you yet, IS-2. Couple more shots in. Just waiting until this guy disappears and then trying to hit that guy. IS-2, I would say, does not feel super good in this battle. So this was, you know, moderately okay battle still for this vehicle, but we have a lot of tier 8s. This matchmaking was okay, but the battle itself doesn't look super good, because we can see that our team is heavily invested for the beach or into the beach. I still do not get why people invest so much in the beach. Like, we have Scorpion G there, we have G-Sword there, you know, we have some heavy tanks there as well, and this 3-4 line underneath me is completely getting taken over by the enemy vehicles. By the mods, by the G-Sword, who I am able to punish 2 times without receiving anything back. But now I know that it is only a matter of time when someone is going to push me from the behind, or when those guys, G-Sword or the Panzer mods, are going to push forward. And well, then I am definitely not enjoying my stay over here. I really cannot run away, because, you know, that guy is already in the position to punish me. Luckily, artillery is ready to shoot that guy, and I also spot Scorpion G, so now I know that, oh, okay, basically now I'm thinking, how am I able to take maximum of it? How am I able to deal the most damage in this situation? While I'm thinking that IS-2 decided to push in and knocked me out, trying to wiggle a bounce out of this Panzer Mutz, which I was able to do luckily. Progetto is controlling the 8-9 line as well, you know, in the bit, so they have basically the most control right over here. For me personally, we still could be okay, but I need some help over here. I can see G-Sword is coming, but I can say it is a little too late, because there is G-Sword behind me who missed the first shot, but Panzer Moose was still in the position, who was taken out by our own G-Sword. But I can at least say I went outgunned swinging, and I only damaged higher tier tanks actually. IS-2, Mutz, G-Sword, all those guys, and almost 3000 damage. I believe we did lift our weight. And even after this game, I had a lot of good games which I would like to showcase, even like this 3.7 over here, or this one, another 3.7 on another map, or this one right over here, 3.6,000 Top Gun as well. But by far the best game was this battle in this tier 6 matchmaking. Once again, as I said, tier 6 feels very comfy for this vehicle, even though they have IS-2 or IS-2S, Tiger P, you know, T20 light tank as well, AMX 1375, absolutely amazing light tank, which I was able to damage right over there. And I can see that, okay, maybe I went a bit too deep at first, but guys, because it has minus 10 degrees of gun depression, which once again is super good about this type of tank, so I decided to come over here, because I knew if I hug this red line, I can get get enough gun depression with my minus 10 degrees to punish all those guys who are up over there, even though they are outnumbering me quite heavily. And now even more heavily, because there is light tank MT25 who decided to push into me, was able to penetrate me with a standard round. You know, this armor still doesn't hold up, guys. The armor is quite weak and artillery punished me. And then there is the D3485 who is YOLOing me as well. So I'm losing a lot of hit points at the very early stage of the game, which is definitely not something I would like to do, but you know, I didn't see them coming in like that while the artillery was banging me into the side. But if I'm able to take out this M6 and you know, after the D3485 received a lot of damage and MT25 is dead as well, I thought maybe I actually survived the test right over here, and I can see that enemy team is not even thinking about pushing forward anymore, and I can see that allies are coming in as well. VK3002M, OY, M6 is peeking over there, so I was simply waiting for my allies to get into the position as well before I was moving in again, because Tiger B right over here was spotted as well, and I definitely need some help with Tiger B, who was still at full HP, and I only have 448 hit points, so I cannot make too many mistakes in this game anymore. I can only make one mistake, which will be forgiven for me, because there is not a single guy besides IS2S who is able to one-shot me, right? You know, IS2S has to be extremely lucky to do that, but there is a chance that this guy can one-shot me, so I'm just playing a bit patiently over here now after the first very active start, trying to, you know, get the blind shot, because I saw 3 getting knocked over there, and then I see the IS2S actually across the map, and my shot does connect, 338 damage, and here is Tiger P as well. Quick shot into the side, 319, beautiful. This guy definitely cannot push me now, and I'm just lurking in the background behind the scenes, just, you know, dishing out some damage, raising my gun, just to block the commander hatch a bit. We can see KB85 is going down, and boom, everything is cleaned up right over here, and that was actually a massive surprise for me. That shot across the map from the Conqueror Came Carrier, guys, was actually a connection. I was not ready for that, so now officially I cannot make any mistakes whatsoever. For example, missing that artillery would have been quite a massive mistake if you ask me. So I'm not sure. They have 2 tanks unspotted. You know, Churchill gun carrier could not be over there, but maybe Excalibur, so taking the blind shot. And once again, not pushing in. They still have light tank alive as well, and ooh, there was actually one guy in the distance, the WZ, who repositioned, but here is IS2S coming in, and quick 329 damage, a bit under average roll into the side, which helps us out definitely, while that WZ actually from the shadows is taking out our BK, which is not the best idea. And now IS2S being up over there, I really do not trust those bushes right there. I think the IS can sneak up behind those bushes under some kind of angles where I'm not able to spot that guy, so I'm just playing it patiently, taking a couple blind shots into the bush, waiting for the IS2S to make a mistake, and eventually it actually happened. But sadly my first shot was not accurate enough to take this IS2S out right there and then, but my gun reload is just fast enough to put that into the upper plate, and boom, IS2S has been destroyed. But here is OY, almost full HP OY coming in. Now this guy, like, I'm thinking, yeah, this guy could be a nice free damage for me, but at the same time there is the Conqueror Came Carrier back there. There is also, you know, OY that can one-shot me now with its turb gun, right? I really do not want to play any aggressively, so I'm pulling all the way back and waiting for the OY to make some mistakes. First shot hits the angled upper plate right over there, and was not the connection. I really do not want to give this guy any good angles, so once again, patience, patience, and once again, patience, while my team is crushing the south. AMX 1375, you know, late game light tanks are very dangerous, and AMX 1375 is doing this good job. Beautiful high roll right up over there, 359. Just now playing with the edge, hoping this guy to shoot, and boom, as soon as he he fires. Now I know that, okay, it is time to take you out, buddy. But when you are not able to hit exactly where you aim, which happens quite often in this game, you are not able to do that. And second time as well. 2 shots missed, so now it is just kind of a waste of time because I want to take out his OI, and I also would like to put 1 shot into the Churchill game carrier, who is still alive, by the way, up over there. So OI peaked, luckily that one did connect, and let's hope to get actually 5 kills, right? Yes, let's hope to get another Top Gun. I think this was the 3rd Top Gun in the session when I was playing with this vehicle in a 10 game session, and just making sure I'm able to connect it, and just like that. 5.7,000 damage, guys. I would say for a matchmaking like this is not bad. After getting a bit YOLO'd and losing majority of my hit points, like I lost 1,000 hit points out of the 1,450 this tank has very early in the game by the artillery. KV was able to hit me, and many other tanks, but still beautiful, beautiful battle for the end of the video. Ladies and gentlemen, this is AMX M4 Tier 7 with one of the most pays to win guns you can have in the game, right? You just pay more credits to get more alpha damage, and you get more penetration, and you get more shell velocity. The only drawback is that you are losing credits, and you actually lose a lot of credits in this tank. So I do not recommend this for everyone, especially not for free-to-play players. The Top Gun, still nice, but this one good for the memes and when you get those low-tier battles. I thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoy my videos over here, make sure to leave a thumbs up button, click down, subscribe for more action. I get you next time with something else. Much love, stay sexy, take care, and bye.